Hello and welcome to this edition of The Viral World. In today's episode, first we are turning to health workers. When the COVID pandemic struck, it was, remember, the health workers who were the most stressed. Almost 6 months into the pandemic, they are still coping with issues of anxiety, stress and various other health issues themselves as well. A report by the World Health Organization has said that 14% of global cases of COVID-19 globally are actually among the health workers, while they represent only 2% of world's population. And in such trying times, we caught up with some health workers to get up close and personal and understand what we could get to know about some of the challenges they face and have faced over the past few months. Take a look at this report by our correspondents Nolan Pinto, Indrajit Kundu, Akshya Nath and Milan Sharma.
I joined Aster in the month of July and I was appointed in the COVID ward since then.
पहले एक फिक्स टाइम था, हाँ इतने से इतने बजे तक है, कोई टाइमिंग नहीं है.
Staying in the hospital was quite scary initially because we'll be here, not going home, and and no contact with family.
Okay, 50 பேருக்கு மேலேயே இருக்கிறோம். ஆனா இதே மாதிரி குவாரண்டைன், ஒரு வாரம் டியூட்டி, ஒரு வாரம் குவாரண்டைன்.
You know, the biggest challenge that we doctors faced on the personal grounds was how to come back home.
Since last 6 months, I have not even hugged my kids. Though I do visit them, but I take so much distance. I have a separate room in my home.
While in the hospital, working in the COVID ICU, in the COVID wards, we used to take all precautions. We used to wear the PPEs, but still we were worried about contaminating our own house.
Now in home also we have an isolated room actually, where I lock into my room actually. Whenever there is any interaction also, I always wear a mask when I do interact with my family members. There is always a pain actually when it comes to your discussion with your kids actually, where they haven't seen my face actually for such a long time actually. Many times when they are at home actually, invariably they see me in the mask.
That human touch, they used to miss that hug. You see, because I was a doctor, they were used to my going out for a reasonable period of time, and even in the pre-COVID areas, we used to be late. We used to work late nights, and we had to go on emergency calls. They had accepted it, but Mama being completely off for more than a month really made them very depressed.
Initially, it was a huge thing for us because that apprehension was there that you may get infected, we may get infected.
The risk is always there from day one. When it comes to your risk of getting transmission is always there, but once you feel that you have properly, adequately PPE has been done.
We were told we are supposed to wear PPE for 6 hours, no eating food, no drinking water, no other basic activities can be done. It was very scary initially. So when we joined, we started working. Gradually, we started accepting that there are patients there who need our help, and if we take a step back, then who will be there for them?
PPE kit, personal product equipment kit. This kit is very difficult to wear.
There's too much exhaustion. Working for 4 hours or 6 hours working gives us so much exhaustion that you are unable to do any further work which requires your intense concentration.
Duties तो हमें पूरी करनी है, ठीक है. In fact, we are also menstruating for 3 to 4 days in a month, but we don't complain or tell anyone. Dysmenorrhea भी होता है और other issues भी होते हैं, पर उसमें भी हम अपना काम करते रहते हैं. Dysmenorrhea is pain during menses.
பீரியட்ஸ் டயத்தில் வந்து ரெஸ்ட் ரூம் போக முடியாது, பேட் சேஞ்ச் பண்ண முடியாது. அதனால வந்து எங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப அது பெண்களுக்குரிய ரொம்ப கஷ்டமான ஒரு இது வந்து ரொம்ப கஷ்டம்.
PP, we are so much sweating and everything is so wet and messy while wearing the PP and when we have some all other issues also, health issues.
Especially night duty, 12 hours, we couldn't change even napkin. So because of that, we have lot of problem about UTI and that ladies all know that urinary problem and other that napkin problem. So the PPE kit is very difficult to wear.
And there's a lot of sweating inside going on. Visibility is very poor. The main problem is the visibility because the doing fine works like putting the cannula, putting the lines, intubating the patients, they become very difficult for us. But still we are managing it with the help of everyone.
रोज काम तो हम करते हैं, एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम होता है, हमारा फिक्स टाइम होता है, आए गए, या लीव भी ले सकते हैं, ठीक है. बट ये कोरोना टाइम तो ऐसा है कि लीव तो हमारी सारी ले भी नहीं सकते.
Still we continued on taking precautions till I got infected in August, and after 17 days of isolation, like when I really hugged them close, I mean one of my friends WhatsApp that it seems you're out of the jail now.
I listen to music and that's how I take care of deal with stress. And also I have my brothers and sisters who keep calling me to make sure that everything is okay, and like they are quite worried, so they keep calling me and I keep talking to my family on and off.
Mentally we are irritating and mentally we are suffering, even though we are working for patients.
Passion is always comes with some sort of a heavy price at some point of time in life actually, and the mental determination for yours to get into this mode and lead the things from the front is the one thing which I think probably my family also been sensitized with that sort of a commitment of mind.
Yes, there is family, yes, there is motherhood, but I think this is one of the most important things that as a doctor I remember, I have been trained in intensive care for a long time, and being an intensivist, I think this was the time to act, right? So this keeps me going.
That goal in our mind is that there's a patient who needs a doctor right now, and we are going there with that motive. We have that mission and we're getting so much support from the family, from the staff here. I think, I don't know, but I feel like that's enough. Like we have that sort of goal that other things don't matter, so actually after a while.
It is extremely difficult to work in the hazmat suits, and the doctors here fighting corona do this day in and day out. And especially for the female doctors, in the situation of health that they are in, they continue to do their duty at hand. With Pradeep Gupta, this is Milan Sharma for India Today.
There is still, to a certain extent, stigma around those who test positive for the coronavirus and those who unfortunately also succumb to it. In this upcoming report, we are going to tell you the tale of a man in Pune who came up with his team to help, giving a proper send-off to those who die of COVID. Take a look at the special report filed by my colleague, Pankaj Khelkar.
जो लोग कोरोना इस बीमारी से मरते हैं तो महापालिका के कर्मचारी भी उसका अंतिम विधि करने के लिए डर रहे हैं.
It is another day in the life of 56-year-old Anjum Inamdar, saying his prayers before he goes out to bury the COVID dead.
मैं सलम एरिया में रहता हूँ और बिल्कुल मेरे घर के पीछे बाजू जो है रेलवे का लाइन है, रेलवे ट्रैक, और दिन भर गाड़ियाँ चलती रहती है. घर रेलवे लाइन के करीब होने की वजह से कई सारे एक्सीडेंट हम लोगों ने खुद, मैं बचपन में जब छोटा था स्कूल में हम लोग जाते थे, जब से लेके हम लोग कभी कभी देखते थे भाई कुछ लोगों ने आत्महत्या कर लिया या कोई रेलवे क्रॉस करते हुए एक्सीडेंट हो गया उसका. तो एक्सीडेंट होने के बाद हम लोग खुद आगे जाते थे और वो जो डेट जो मर जाता था उसके पूरे शरीर के ऐसे टुकड़े टुकड़े ऐसा एक जगह जमा करके स्ट्रेचर पे भर के हॉस्पिटल में भेजने का हम लोग काम करते थे।
Inamdar is continuing the tradition of what he used to do in his childhood. His organization was approached by the Pune Municipal Corporation to help perform last rites of those who died of COVID and whose families were scared of the risk of getting infected.
एक ऐसी बॉडी थी जिसके परिवार के लोगों ने उनको नाकारा था, उनके घर के लोग क्वारंटाइन में थे और अंतिम संस्कार करने के लिए उनके घर के अंदर कोई भी नहीं था। तो वो डेड बॉडी जो है वो लावारिस जैसी डेड बॉडी हो गई थी। तो उन्होंने हमको कहा कि ये डेड बॉडी आप ले जाओ कि ये मुस्लिम है और इसका अंतिम संस्कार आप आपके धर्म की रीति रिवाज के अनुसार कीजिए। तो हमारी संस्था ने उस बॉडी को लिया और पहला डेड बॉडी लेकर उसका अंतिम संस्कार हम लोगों ने किया। तो उस दिन से लेकर आज तक हमारे संगठन ने 450 से भी ज़्यादा अंतिम संस्कार करने का काम किया, फिर वो कोई भी जात धर्म का हो। और बिल्कुल हम लोग ने किसी भी किस्म का भेदभाव नहीं रखते हुए हम लोगों को लगा कि इस कोरोना महामारी बीमारी में लोग परेशान हैं, लोग तकलीफ के अंदर है और उनकी मदद के लिए हम लोग ने आगे आना चाहिए। एक अच्छा हेतु रख के हम लोग ने इस काम की शुरुआत की।
It is the call of social duty for Anjum and his team of 30, and they are now headed to the burial ground to do what even close families and friends are afraid to do.
पॉजिटिव आदमी के करीब जाने के लिए भी लोगों के दिल में डर। अगर उसका अगर देहांत हो जाए, मर गए, तो उसके अंतिम संस्कार में जाने के लिए या तो उसका जो आखिरी जो दीदार रहता है, उसका अंतिम दर्शन करने के लिए भी लोग दूर से आते हैं और डर उनके दिल में रहता है।
हमारे को जब भी ऑर्डर आता है तो इनामदार साहब हमारे को फ़ोन करके बोलते हैं खड्डा तैयार रखो। हम 1.5 से 2 घंटे में तैयार कर देते खड्डा। उसके बाद में फिर बॉडी लेके आते हैं, फिर अच्छी तरह से दफन कर देते। आपके सामने ऐसा खड्डा खोद के हम रेडी कर देते हैं।
पहली डेथ आई थी, वो भी अपने बोपुडी की नहीं थी, आउट ऑफ एरिया थी, बारामती की। फिर भी उन्होंने इतना ये किया, सहकार्य किया कि नहीं, हम लोग ये कोई भी मैयत रहे, चाहे हिंदू मुस्लिम, वो हमेशा हमको साथ देते हैं।
हमको क्या करना है, बीमारी से डरना है, बीमार से नहीं डरना है। तो वो कंसेप्ट रख के हम लोग इसमें काम कर रहे हैं और काम करते हुए हम लोग ये पूरा पीपी किट वगैरह पहनते हैं।
घर वाले शुरुआत में कहीं बोले कि नहीं कहाँ जा रहे हो, क्यों जा रहे हो?
ऐसा तो आज तक हुआ नहीं है, बट जब हम पहली बार घर से निकले तो घर वाले ने पूछा था कि कहाँ जा रहे हो। मैंने कहा था कि ऐसा बॉडी डिस्पोज का मामला चल रहा है, वहाँ पे जा रहे हैं। तो उन्होंने कहा कि अच्छी बात है, किसी की हेल्प करना, किसी की मदद करना अच्छी बात है।
बहुत समय घर के बाहर रहना पड़ता है, खाने पीने की क्या व्यवस्था होती है?
सर अभी हम लोग कैसा साथ में रहते, तो हम लोग एक बार सुबह नाश्ता करे, कोई चाय पी लिए, कोई नहीं पी लिए, वैसा ही मतलब दिन भर निकालते, कोई पानी। तो ऐसा कोई ये नहीं रहता, फिक्स टाइमिंग नहीं, खाने का कुछ नहीं है, रात का भी कोई टाइमिंग नहीं है।
Today's work has come to an end, but as the COVID mortality rate touches new highs in Pune, Inamdar and his team will most likely be back again tomorrow to give a final send-off to another unknown person who left the world due to the deadly virus.
So while health workers are under a strain, numbers of COVID positive cases are also touching a new high. South Asian countries have lacked in various health and nutrition indicators. With inadequate public healthcare facilities, almost half of the world's poor population living in this region, the COVID pandemic has had a severe impact on the region's healthcare and economic system. And with India breaching now the 5 million mark, take a look at South Asian nations to see what numbers reveal and how the region has fared during COVID-19.
With a population of more than 1.3 billion people, it was always expected that India, in absolute numbers, would have more cases of infection. But compared to its South Asian neighbours, countries roughly in the same weather belt, having similar social and economic spreads, India seems to be faring worse 6 months into the coronavirus pandemic age. While other nations in the region are witnessing fewer new coronavirus infections each day, India's numbers have continued on a steady rise. In Pakistan, educational institutions reopened on Tuesday after being closed for up to 6 months because of the coronavirus. The move came after the country saw a steady decline in COVID-19 deaths and infections.
When WHO included Pakistan among 7 countries from where the world can learn how to deal with the next phase of the global pandemic, they looked at all the figures. So there is no question of fudging or there is no question of lack of any transparency I have been involved from the beginning in the response. And one thing that we have ensured from the beginning is that there should be absolute transparency of all figures and numbers.
Over the months, Nepal saw 58,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 and reported 379 deaths. Although the Himalayan nation had relatively low COVID-19 caseload in the first few months of the pandemic, Nepal has now reported a rise in infection again.
In the month of July, symptomatic cases arose. Few of them were critical. We fought in ICU with the aid of ventilators, CPAP machines, and with high-flow oxygens. Infection was so fatal that we had started losing our patients. Few of our colleagues had faced many ups and downs in our ICUs. Situation arose that we became helpless. Till today in Nepal, approximately 57,000 cases were diagnosed.
खाना सप्लाई, ऑक्सीजन सप्लाई और क्रिटिकल केयर मैनेजमेंट में हम लोग को काफ़ी दिक्कतें आई और क्योंकि लिमिटेड मोटिवेटेड डॉक्टर्स स्टाफ शुरुआती फेज में थे, वो भी एक बहुत बड़ा चुनौती था। सरकार के तरफ से जो फैसिलिटी होता पीपी या इसका वो मुहैया करवाया गया, अभी तक वो अच्छा तरीक़ा से है और बड़ी मशक्क़त के बाद अभी इस महीने से 10 रोज़ों से अभी कोरोना का केसेस संख्या और जो मोर्टेलिटी रेट होता है वो घट गया है।
With just over 3,000 cases and a recovery rate of 92.2%, Sri Lanka, amid the South Asian neighbours, has reported some of the fewest number of COVID-19 cases.
Sri Lanka is basically a highly densely populated country. Now, we have the population of Australia, right? You know the size difference. And then when it comes to PCR, actually, if you have social transmission in in your country, you can get into street and do PCR. Now, in our case, we have never had social transmission in this country. So therefore, we have gone for targeted PCR testing, especially taking the tests from vulnerable groups. And when you take tests from vulnerable groups, the tendency is that you get a higher positivity rate. Even in such a situation, our positivity rate is well below 1.2%. So we are still continuing. And also, I have to tell you, out of 3,271 cases, around 1,000 cases are repatriated Sri Lankans from various countries who work there. So therefore, 1,000 cases actually go from Sri Lanka. So we actually, currently, if you take last several months, we get cases only from repatriated passengers, not in the, so in Sri Lanka, we don't have virus right now.
In Bangladesh, health department officials have claimed that COVID-19 is under control at the moment. According to WHO, Bangladesh has reported 3,41,056 confirmed cases. The first corona-infected patient was identified in Bangladesh on March 8th this year. The first death occurred 10 days later. The country saw its daily cases peak in mid-June before they dropped in the last week of July and beginning of August.
Our population is not well conscious about the health hygiene, the respiratory hygiene. Our people are not obeying the rules deployed by the government. Some people are just walking without mask.
India's new infection caseload, however, has been on a fast rise since June, coinciding with the time it began lifting its strict lockdown restrictions. Although India conducts the maximum number of COVID-19 tests in the region, many experts believe they are not enough for a nation of 1.3 billion people.
But all eyes will be on the vaccine, and the world is waiting for that. Trials for vaccines of many companies are on. India is part of the Oxford vaccine trial. To India's battle against COVID-19, multiple members of a Meerut-based family decided to register to be a part of the Covaxin trial after a member realized Very few had registered to volunteer. These people are contributing to the fight against COVID by their act of selflessness in this trial. Take a look.
5 members of a family volunteered to be part of the co-vaccine trial after they learnt that not many had come forward.
No, there was no any second thought, nor there was any doubt, because we were aware of the scenario as well, and we were ready for volunteering for such a big pandemic, because we wanted vaccine to be launched in India.
Amit Garg has been a part of the vaccination distribution business for decades. Via television news and social media, Garg learnt that trials were open, and so he enrolled for it at AIIMS.
So risks are not much, but if we succeed, now whole world is reeling under the COVID, and seriously I want that our country should develop a vaccine and it should be given to our fellow countrymen, and we should look towards our economy and our family members.
उन्होंने एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया डेजिग्नेट किया हुआ है सब ट्रायल्स के लिए, जहाँ पे प्रॉपर टेस्टिंग हो रही है, उनकी ब्लड टेस्ट ले रहे हैं, पहले वैक्सीन लगने से पहले हर किसी के पैरामीटर्स चेक कर रहे हैं वो, तो वो सब टेस्ट करके उसके बाद वैक्सीन लगी हैं।
परिवार के और जिन्हें भी साथ थे, और तो जो फीडबैक था पहले फेज ट्रायल का वो काफ़ी इंकरेजिंग था, तो यही था कि या तो वर्क नहीं करेगी, फेल हो जाएगा, लेकिन कोई ऐसा डर नहीं था मन में।
Garg said that being in the business for decades, he knows that such trials are not dangerous and they do not have any side effects. Garg has enrolled for trials for many other medicines during his time in college.
Each and every Indian, whenever the trials are going to happen for any pandemic vaccine or any pandemic medicine, they should come volunteer themselves. That will speed up the process and help us, all our countrymen and fellowmen, to get that product or the medicine or vaccine.
Garg also encouraged citizens to register themselves and be part of the process in order to ensure that India is able to develop a vaccine and provide it to the world.
ट्रायल एकदम सेफ है कि हमारे पास वर्ल्ड क्लास इंडिया के एम्स के डॉक्टर हमारे को देख रहे हैं, हमारे को रोज वहां से फोन आता है, रोज वो हमसे पूछते हैं कोई एडवर्स इवेंट, कोई साइड इफेक्ट, प्लस दे आर मॉनिटरिंग आवर हेल्थ पैरामीटर्स, हमारे रेगुलर ब्लड सैंपल्स दिए जा रहे हैं कि कोई एडवर्स इवेंट या कोई साइड इफेक्ट।
Truly, they are India's superstars and our COVID heroes.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.